Over the past year, it has felt like there's something off with the current WWE Women's World Champion Becky Lynch. And quite frankly, I think I have an idea what it might be that has changed from the days of the man or even big time Bex versus the modern day Becky Lynch, and why it feels like she is potentially taking her foot off the gas, for lack of a better term. Today, I am your reigning defending undisputed VTuber Wrestling World Champion, Doshan Vaughn. And hey, if you like daily wrestling content, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, because we got that here and then some. Don't forget as well, the Twitch, the Twitter, the main YouTube, and the Discord. And let's get right into it. There have been an increasingly higher and higher number of people that have noticed something a bit off with Becky Lynch, as if something just is not clicking like how it used to. And I've been kind of pondering and wondering it myself up until recently, where it kind of has hit me as to what it is that's caused this whole issue. Quite frankly, there's a lot of people that are upset that Becky Lynch won the women's world title to begin with, and even before that, when it came to her build with Rhea Ripley, not many people were exactly clamoring for the potential victory that some thought Becky could have had over Rhea. But a lot of people were hoping that she would lose against Rhea at WrestleMania, and well, she did, which is a good call, the right call. But still, there's something amiss, and that is that edge. She does not have the edge she used to have. She does not have that hunger that she used to hold. And if you want to really think about it, go ahead and look back into the days of the man, when she first became the man, Becky Lynch. She legitimately was the female equivalent of a Stone Cold Steve Austin type character. She wasn't going to take no shit from anybody. She was going to go ahead and do whatever she wanted. It didn't matter who you were, what you were doing. If you were seen as a babyface by the WWE, I say that because let's not forget, she originally became the man because they wanted to turn Becky heel, but nobody was going to cheer Charlotte over her. And she was legitimately a badass. She was legit going left and right, putting women in disarmors, hitting man-held slams, and taking no shit from anybody. However, nowadays, if you take a look at the modern Becky Lynch, she's kind of a lot more relaxed. She doesn't seem as hungry as she used to. Back then, hey, Charlotte kept on getting opportunity after opportunity. You know what? Screw it. Beat her down, pulverize her, and it didn't matter if somebody would go ahead, like Nia Jackson, bust her nose open. She was going to go ahead and talk her talk. She was going to talk her shit. Ronda Rousey found out the hard way why we love Becky Lynch back in the day. Because every time she tried to say something smart to Becky, Becky would have a retort and then some. She would always have something to say against Ronda Rousey, against the Charlotte Flair, against anybody, a Ric Flair. It didn't even have to be someone she was actively in a feud with. She would still go ahead and absolutely verbally embarrass you over and over and over, online, on Twitter, or even in the ring. She was not giving anybody any mercy whatsoever. She would stand in the ring with John Cena and legitimately, with someone joking. Modern Becky Lynch ain't doing that. And I get it, she is kind of the motherly type of individual nowadays, even in ring. But it feels like she's a bit too much of a mother for the women's division, when that's not exactly what you would expect from a Becky Lynch. And it's not even to say, truth be told, you can have that motherly type of vibe come from her while still being able to have that edge. Because let me tell you, one of the main reasons why, if you've forgotten or if you weren't paying attention to what I just said, why a lot of people love Becky Lynch, I mean, let's be real, outside of just because she was good in the ring, and she was, it's because she was an asshole. A funny, clever, witty asshole. And she wasn't going to take nothing from nobody, except for your title. She was going to go ahead and pulverize you if she had to. She was going to go ahead and talk shit if she had to. There was nothing that's going to get in her way between her and winning the women's championship. And thus, look what happened. She wasn't in the Royal Rumble that she would go on to win. Lana got taken out, if memory serves me correctly. I believe it was Lana. And she just said, you know what? I went in. Alright, I'm in? Cool. I win. Another way to kind of describe this situation is it feels like the character of Becky Lynch is a little too humble. Not hungry. And that's something, even though I will say big time Becky Lynch wasn't exactly as great as the man, she still was able to flourish with that character because big time Becky Lynch was still, to a degree, an asshole. She came in, squashed Bianca Belair, which I will say, don't exactly do that. Don't have Becky Lynch go ahead and squashing up-and-coming stars in the women's division. But she was still this notable heel, this notable persona that was hungering to be at the top, to stay on top. And you don't exactly get that kind of vibe from her nowadays. Legit, one of the main story beats with her and Rhea going into WrestleMania was that she kind of has lost a step. She isn't the main face. And even then, it did not feel like we got the Becky Lynch of old, to the point that they tried to add a bit of real life with Becky Lynch having a daughter and having Rhea Ripley play off of the fact to go ahead and joke her daughter, or joke her to her daughter, because there was that little steam around Becky Lynch. And I get that there's a lot of Rhea Ripley fans and there's a lot of Liv Morgan fans. There's a lot of people that can't wait until Liv Morgan loses, or not loses, but beats Becky Lynch for that title. And even then, from the select few, because I have a couple of homies that have cheered Becky, and that's more so because they just don't like Liv Morgan, it's still, even from that side of things, doesn't feel like people really take a look at Becky Lynch as champion and go, oh my god, yes, let's go, another Becky Lynch reign. They look at it and they go, okay, that's and even then, there is two separate camps. Of one side of people, I just don't care for Becky at all, I don't want her as champion, and another side going, well, it's okay, because ultimately in the end, she's going to go ahead and make Liv Morgan look better. There's not many people taking a look at Becky Lynch and going, okay, she is somebody I want to see. She is what I'm looking forward to. I can't wait to see her absolutely tear into Liv Morgan verbally and then in the ring, or tear into Damage Control verbally or in the ring. You don't get that vibe you had gotten with Becky Lynch from 2020, 2021, 2022, 2018, 2019. It feels like that flame is gone, and it's genuinely gone it's just extinguished. It feels like the flame is extinguished, and I hope that in the coming months that flame can come back and we could potentially see the return of what made the man pop off. Have her become a snarky asshole. Whether you want to keep her as a face, turn her heel, just have her be the snarky asshole, the person that doesn't have that much humility, because it does feel like she got a little too much of it. Not this sympathetic, potentially sympathetic character, but instead this character that legitimately, she walks the walk, she talks the talk, she will whip your ass if she wants, and she'll make fun of you in a way that you struggle to retort. I mean, look at Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, and why their whole shtick is popping off even though both men are injured. It's because they are just giving verbal jabs, barb after barb, bar after bar. They don't let up on each other, and that is just for one feud. That is what Becky Lynch used to be back when the man first originated, and hopefully we get to see that iteration of Becky Lynch return today. Let me know your thoughts down below. I am your Wrestling Meets World Champion, John Vaughn. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe again, and see ya.